Sorry guys, once you catch a slingshot bug, you're going to be burning through band sets real quick. I'm going to show you what you need and how to make your own band sets, and it'll save you a lot of money. Stick around. Sorry guys, when I first started making bands, I basically picked up a bunch of rubber. I wanted to see what I was going to like, and basically all I used was a rotary cutter, which is pretty much essential, and I was using a straight edge of some kind, and in this case I was using a piece of a knife blank, a Damascus knife blank. This is what I was using. It was a nice straight edge, and I can cut right along things and make my band sets. That worked okay, but there's definitely a better way to do it. Now besides your band material, your pouches, your band strings or tape, you're going to need a few things to make good, consistent band sets. Let me show you what they are. First and foremost, you're going to need a good rotary cutter, a self-healing mat that's going to ensure that you're going to get good, consistent cuts with no notches or nicks to give you good band sets that won't fail. Right here, we have a simple band cutting jig. I know it's kind of hard to see with this thing here being clear, but we'll get to it. So you've got 1, 2, 3 bolts that you can unloosen and tighten, and this will slide this piece up and down. Now it'll give you a nice straight edge to cut along, and you'll be able to adjust it. Hopefully you'll be able to see this here. You'll be able to adjust it with all the marks, all the millimeters all notched in there. So whatever taper you want to try, or whatever taper you like, you can lock this down and continue to use that taper, or you could experiment by lifting this up and knocking it down, or just cutting straight bands. Totally up to you, but this is an invaluable tool. What we have here is a band tying jig. This is what you'll see in action a little bit later, but this is an invaluable tool for tying your bands, and I seem to be getting a lot of longevity out of my bands with this thing. So just simply clamp that down, it'll stretch out your piece, and you'll be in business. Very inexpensive as well. Sorry guys, just to keep things super simple for you, this is what we're going to do. We are going to find this little line for our 12 millimeters. There's a little line there. I'll give you a close-up of that in a second. So basically what we want to do is we want to line up this little line of 12 millimeters with the edge of our rubber. So let's line our rubber up onto the line. We'll slowly slide this up. Make sure we're making contact with it. We have our beginning and our end at 18 millimeters. 18 centimeters. We have our 12 millimeters lined up here, and the other side lines up here with for our active band length. So we'll squish that down, tuck in our roller, and go right across. That gives us one band ready to go. Let's put that guy right here. Now to get its mate, we're simply going to flip this guy over. We're going to line that up again with our end. We're going to make sure that we're making contact all the way around. Put our hand down, and we're going to cut again. And that is our second one. Our second band, and our rubber is back to straight. Now, the good thing about this thing is we can quickly cut a whole bunch of band sets out of this with this jig and out of our rubber, so we'll be set up and ready to go for future band sets whenever we need some. So let's cut a few more. You don't need to watch me go through this whole thing. I'm just going to cut a whole bunch of them out, and I'll bring you back when I'm done. So out of that piece of rubber, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 perfectly cut band sets ready to go. Now, we got to figure out how we were going to tie that to the pouch that we're going to use. And yes, I do use this pouch. It's probably a little bit bigger than most other pouches you'd use for 5/16 ammo, but I do really find this pouch comfortable. I find it really comfortable. It's good for my fingers. It'll center a ball really nice with a little hole in the middle, and I I've gotten used to them and I like them. So this is the pouch I'm going to use. Now, you may be asking yourself, how do we attach this to that? Well, there's a couple products you can use. This one here, it's like a type of stretchy tape. This I find works really, really well with heavier band sets, but also with light ones as well. And I have this guy here. It's like called the crystal string. It's a very fine string, very thin, and this works very well too. I haven't tried it on really heavy band sets yet, but I'm sure it's going to work fine. But I think today we will use the green instead of the tape, just to tie that to our band sets, and then we'll go from there. But here's our jig. Hopefully this is a good view for you. Maybe you could see it all, I don't know, but we'll figure it out. So basically, when you're orientating your band for over the top, basically what you want to do is your band, your pouch, you're going to want to have it flat like this. And if you set up your band to fire like this, this would be more suitable. Let's see if we can give you a view of that here. This would be more suitable for, so the pouch is open this way. See that? This would be more suitable for through the fork shooting, like I have on my Hammer Pro here. See how this is set up? That's set up for through the forks. To get an over-the-top orientation, you're basically going to want to have your band set sideways, like this. So as you're looking at here's your pouch. As you're looking down as you're looking down your band, you want your band to be razor thin. See how that disappears? And that really helps you with your aim. So that's what we're going to do. So basically, there's a bunch of ways you could achieve this. You can, well, what I like to do is I like to roll it. Makes it nice and small. Slide that through the hole. And now that I got it through the hole, now it's time to figure out our straightness. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to line up our edge really nice and straight. There we go. Well, a little trick I picked up from Chris over at Catapult Carnage is to use your thumbnail as a measuring stick. What I basically do though is he goes right to the back of the thumbnail, and I go right to the cuticle. So there we go. We've got our piece set up. I'll give it a nice little tug. We'll fold it over the pouch. So we have a nice little fold, as neat as possible, really. Hopefully you can pick that up there. See that? So I do have some pair of forceps that come with the band tying kit, and it's got some rubber tubing placed over the grip so it doesn't damage your band sets while you're putting those on. So basically you want to back this up as much as you can and then clamp that in there, keeping everything nice and straight. So now that we have it all set up, you'll see it's going to hold on to our band set and keep it in place for us so we don't have to fight with it too much. And then we'll slide this into the jig and we'll slide that down the loop. Now, I like to keep this straight a little bit while I pull down this handle, and it gives us a decent amount of stretch. It doesn't have to be super stretched like crazy. Doesn't need that. It just needs to be stretched out a little bit so you can so you're able to tie it. So I'm going to turn this so it's facing me a little bit. I'm going to cut myself off about 4 to 6 inches of the crystal string, and I'm going to show you how I do it. There's a bunch of other ways you can do this to make your life easy, but I'll show you how I do it. So I'm going to take about 1.5 to 2 inches of this crystal string and hold it through this side. Then I'm going to make one wrap over this tag end and then one wrap under. Now I'm going to repeat this, so that's 2. I'm going to complete this until I have 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Once I have my 6, I'm going to do just a square knot. Put a little spit on there, just like you're tying a fishing lure, and give it a tie down. Then we'll do another square knot. Same thing. Oop. Lost my grip. Let's tighten all that down again. Do another square knot. Moisten it. Tie it down. Now, what I like to do, just because I'm kind of nuts, is I'm going to do one more square knot, but I'm going to do 3 wraps with the crystal string. There we go. Moisten it, and then tie it down and snug it up good. I'll take my roller, cut off just a little section of it, leave a little bit of a tag end so nothing comes undone, and that's one pouch, one side of the pouch done. See if I can give you a close-up look of it. You can see it. That's kind of blurry, eh? Anyway, we'll go ahead and do the other side, and I'll show you how all that works. But before you go and put it away, give it a good pull. Make sure everything's nice and snug and tight on there. You don't want it coming loose, and you want to make sure it's going to stay there. And now would be the time to fix it. So we're looking pretty good. Sorry guys, we have our crystal string ready to go. We got our pouch. So we're going to go ahead and roll that up. We're going to do the same thing we did last time. So on the fuzzy side on the inside, you're going to run that in. Get your band stretched out, orientated the way you had the other one. Now you'll see here, I made the folded side. We're going to put that down, and we're going to measure out this rubber piece, like I said before. Measure it out to the cuticle of your nail, or whatever point you choose, but you try to do it the same way every time, okay? Now we're going to fold this over. And make sure our bands are all nice and even. We'll give that a little pull, center it in the hole. We're going to pinch that down. Now we're going to get our forceps on there. We're a little bit crooked. Let's fix that up right now. Let's get our forceps on there. There we go. Bring in the jig. So we'll slide that into the jig. Slide the pouch onto the pin. Hold everything straight. Gently pull it back. Now we're going to tie this up, and I'm going to try to give you an even better angle. Alright, so how I do it, like I said before, have a little tag end right here, and we're going to go as close to the pouch as we can. Do 1 wrap, then 2 wraps on the inside, and 3 wraps on the outside. The 4th wrap is going to go on the inside. 5th wrap back on the outside, and then 6th wrap on the inside. Now my purpose for doing that is if we end up losing this guy, all the wraps that are there are just going to keep it in its position. We don't have to worry about it running out. So then just a square knot. Moisten it. Tie it down. Second one, tie it down, and like I said before, because I'm slightly crazy, I do a 3rd knot, and I just give it a couple of wraps, usually 3, around there, moisten it, down it goes, pull it all tight, and then cut off your end. And that's all there is to it. Now, just like we did the first time, once we have it on there, we're going to give it a couple of pulls, make sure it's on there secure, and you'll know right away if it's not secure. It'll start moving. Now we still have these little extra bits here that we're going to have to remove. So we're going to go ahead and cut those guys off, and it's super simple. I basically just peel back the band set, and I put this guy on the ground on the cutting mat. I take my other roller, just because I don't want to keep using the other one and wearing out the blade on that guy. Try to give it maybe 3 or 4 millimeters, maybe 1/8 to the end. We've already given it a good couple of pulls, so I'll give you an idea of what one looks like and how we're going to trim the other one. Give me one second. Now we're going to cut this guy off right here. Super simple. We're just going to take our band set, pull it down behind the pouch, give it a little bit of separation. We'll lie it down on the mat, take our cutter, and leave about 3 millimeters there. Push down, give it a little roll, it'll slice it right off, and there you have it. You'd see that. It's our nice, neat little band set, ready to go. So give it another couple of tugs, make sure nothing's going to come loose on us. And now our band set's ready, and we're ready to install it on our Slingshot. Sorry guys, once you got your band sets all installed, you're going to want to give those one last check, give them a good pull on either side, make sure they're not going to slip out, check that they haven't moved. You're going to check your little pouch ends again one last time, make sure it's good. Once they're there, they're ready to go. See how it feels, and you'll be ready to go shoot. Sorry guys, you may be thinking maybe it's not worth it to make your own bands. Well, let's do some math here, okay? This here is one band from Slingshot. It costs you $5 plus shipping to get it to your home. This here is one roll of band material that's 2 meters long, and we cut a piece about this big out of it. I'll show you how much is left, and this is the second batch I've made. This is what we have left, and we've cut 2 sections off of it this big so far to make bands. Now we're talking 50, 60 bands maybe we can make out of that, and we just popped out 4 band sets, and I probably have enough for one more here. So let's think about that for a little bit. If you're planning on making your own bands, you want to save some money, and you're shooting a lot, making your own bands is the way to go. So thanks a lot guys, hope this helps somebody out. Just wanted to show you the gear that I use and how I make my own bands. And just remember, you guys get out there, aim small, miss small, and get out and explore. You can have a good time with your slingshots. Take care. I'm Mark from ATO. Hey, thanks for watching guys. Hope you found this video useful. And if you did, well, hit that like button or subscribe if you haven't already. I'll also attach 2 other reviews I've done on slingshots on this end screen here, and a how-to video. Thanks for watching. Get out there slinging, and don't forget, aim small, miss small.